Back here to Hamilton, where Colgate took control early. Scores 2 goals in the first half, 3 in the second half for a 5-goal win over Army. And the Raiders unbeaten in the Patriot League, unbeaten now in 9 straight, winners of 7 in a row. Top Water Cable Sports Channel brings you Section 3 high school football all year long. We're into week 5 now. And a good Class A matchup, 2 close schools in terms of talent, Jamesville, DeWitt, and Cortland, coming up tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. No Friday night football this year. We'll have SU programming because the Orange are playing Louisville on Friday in an ACC showdown. Back here, Kevin Brawn, Richard Shaw, and a terrific performance tonight by Sarah Coy. She scores 2 goals for Colgate. She is our player of the game. Her first 2 goals of the season, Richard.
Yeah, that first was really fantastic in terms of her technique, lifting it over the keeper. And this one, she just put her foot right through it, and it was just a bullet that hit the back of the net. Nothing really the keeper could do with that one.
It's 2 goals for Sarah. Kathy Brawn, the head coach for Colgate. We were hoping she might join us, but it's a long team meeting right now. It's thorough. That's what Kathy Brawn is. She's thorough, and her team had a complete effort tonight.
Yeah, fantastic performance from the first whistle right till the end. It was a professional performance, and you know those girls are going to be really happy with not only how they went forward, but defensively. You know, they were solid. They closed down in all thirds of the field. And one thing that I was really impressed with was, you know, they did it as a team. They did it together, and they, you know, it was for 90 minutes, which was the key.
Second time this year, Colgate scored 3 goals. First time they've scored 4 goals or 5 goals. They get the 5-0 win. As we said earlier, now 8 clean sheets in their last 9 efforts. And Kathy Brawn will join us here in just a couple of seconds. First, though, we're going to be joined by our player of the game, Sarah Coy, who scored her first 2 goals of the season. Sarah, congratulations. And we talked about you'd had a good number of shots coming into tonight. Did you feel like you were starting to get your shot where it wanted to be?
I felt like, yeah, definitely. It took me a couple of shots, obviously, to get my accuracy on point. But throughout the games and the previous games, I've just been taking the shots, even though they haven't been completely accurate. But I've been working on it, and it just worked this time.
Sarah, how do you feel that your teammates were able to find those passes, you know, in between defenders so you could get through on goal? And, you know, as well as your first shot was fantastically taken, you know, so every credit to you there. But, you know, what do your teammates try and do to, you know, find those gaps?
Oh, well, the past couple of days we've been working on shifting the defense, and as you shift the defense, ultimately there's going to be gaps that open up between their back line, and it's up to our center mids and the rest of our team to communicate where those gaps are and to find those split balls, and it's up to us to run onto them and make them into goals.
Sarah, congratulations on the win. Thanks for joining us here.
Thank you so much.
Sarah Coy had 2 goals tonight. And you heard about her talk about the complete team effort, not just her, and obviously she knows it, and that team preaches that philosophy, as does Kathy Brawn, the head coach of Colgate. She joins us now. 2-goal lead at the half, not quite enough for you all tonight. What did you think of the complete performance from the girls?
We're so happy about it. I thought the preparation coming into this game was terrific. I mean, we had a quick turnaround after that, a tough Loyola game on Saturday. And a long trip, and so we just talk a lot about managing time and recovery and preparing for the next one, and we had 2 really solid practices this week leading into this. We knew it was going to be a difficult, challenging game, and it was, but we clicked tonight in such a good way, and we're so happy we got a complete performance for just about the full 90 minutes. We're a little shy of a full 90 right now, but we're getting there.
Coach, you spoke at halftime about that little spell Army had where, you know, they tried to get back in the game, but you know the second half seemed to be a bit more of a complete, you know, half performance. What did you say at halftime to the players, you know, to really get them to lock that you know, that performance in?
Yeah, well, that was an issue for sure, and I think, you know, it wasn't hard to get the buy-in. I mean, we really just needed to play more 1 and 2 touch. We needed to find Caroline Bronner a little more effectively, and keep the ball moving so that we could find a rhythm of play and not become stagnant about things. And so we talked about that, and we talked about a couple things that we saw with the Army team that we felt we could exploit to get in behind them a little bit better.
Sarah Coy just joined us. She scored 2 goals for you tonight. What did you feel like she did so well in tonight's game?
You know, I think Sarah just was focused but not obsessed about scoring a goal, because she's been a little snake bitten this season, and so I think she's been thinking about it so much that And for some reason tonight, she was more confident and not as worried about scoring a goal. And I think because of some of even the passes early on that she set up and just kind of taking care of business, and then when the opportunities presented themselves, it was just the natural flow of the game versus her trying to force something. And that was the difference in her game tonight. And you know, welcome to the season, Sarah. That was really nice for us to have her bust out and do that tonight.
You know, focused but not obsessed could be the name of a good self-help book.
There you go. I should read that book.
Kathy, thank you for joining us. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thanks so much. Have a terrific night.
Kathy Brawn, the head coach for Colgate. 5-0 the win for them. Anything particular that strikes you with Kathy's view of her team tonight?
I think, you know, she's obviously fair. I liked what she said at halftime, and she really obviously got them ready for the second half to finish this game off in style, and that's what we saw tonight.
5-goal win for Colgate. They had a terrific performance offensively, defensively, controlled each half of the field, and Colgate gets the win. 7th straight victory. They're unbeaten in 9 in a row. That's all for us tonight on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Thank you so much for joining us. For Pete Gaines and our entire crew, and for Richard Shaw, I'm Kevin Brown saying good night from Hamilton, where the Raiders win 5-0 in this women's soccer matchup. This has been a presentation of Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.